Hi, my name is Tarun. Hope everyone is doing well here today. In this video, let's learn about the HTML and the structure of HTML. This is the basic knowledge one needs to acquire in order to get into the programming world of the web development. Let's dig into it. Introduction. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's used to design web pages using a markup language. HTML is the combination of hypertext and markup language. Hypertext defines the link between web pages. Markup language is used to define the text document within the tag, which defines the structure of web pages. HTML is a markup language used by the web browser to manipulate text, images, and other content in order to display it in the required format. HTML was created by Tim Berners-Lee in 1991. Now, why should we learn HTML? It's a simple markup language. Its implementation is easy. It's used to create a website, helps in developing fundamentals about web programming, boosts professional career. Next, why should we use HTML?
HTML is the first language you should learn if you want to go for web development. HTML is a markup language that loads fast and is also lightweight.
Whenever you use your browser to contact a server, you will receive a response in form of HTML and CSS. Many tags are supported by HTML, making your web page more appealing and recognizable. HTML5 has recently incorporated new tags and elements to aid in the development of professional looking web pages. So, the elements and tags in HTML. HTML uses predefined tags and elements which tell the browser how to properly display the content. Remember to include the closing tags also. If omitted, the browser applies the effect of the opening tag until the end of the page. So that will be a bug to the whole document. Tags. HTML element supports almost all HTML tags. HTML elements. The HTML element consists of three parts. One is the opening tag, closing tag, and the content. Opening tag is used to tell the browser where the content material starts. Closing tag. It's used to tell the browser where the content material ends. Content is the actual content material inside the opening and closing tag. Next, types of tags. There are generally two types of tags in HTML. One is paid tags and empty tags. Paid tags. These tags come in pairs. That is, they have both opening and closing tags. Empty tags. These tags do not require to be closed. An example of paid tags is bold tag in HTML, which tells the browser to bold the text inside it. If you can look at the example, there is the geeks for geeks as a string between the opening and closing tags of bold. The bold tells the HTML document to bold the contents of the inside present inside it. Next, structure of HTML. An HTML document is mainly divided into two parts, head and body. Head contains the information about the HTML document. For example, the title of page, version of HTML, metadata, etc. Body. This contains everything you want to display on the web page. This is an example of basic structure of HTML. Next, tags used in structure. Doc type HTML. This tag is used to tell the HTML version. This currently tells that the version of HTML is HTML 5.0. HTML tag. HTML tag is a root element of HTML. It's the biggest and main element in complete HTML language. All the tags, elements, and attributes enclosed in it, or we can say wrap in it, which is used to structure a web page. HTML tag is a parent tag of head and body tag. Other tags enclosed within the head and body tag. Head tag. Head tag contains metadata, title, page CSS, etc. Data stored in head tag is not displayed to the user. It's just written for reference purposes and also a watermark of the owner. Body tag. A body tag is used to enclose all the data which a web page has from text to links. All the content that you see rendered in the browser is contained within this element. Following tags and elements used in body.
Now let us look at some of the important HTML tags. First is the p tag. It's used to define a paragraph, which means all the strings can be included in terms of paragraph inside this tag. Next is the br tag. It's used to give a single blind break for the paragraph tags. Next is the image tag. It's used for defining an image with a given source. Next is the SUP tag. It's used for defining the superscripted data. Next is the B tag, which is used to give the bold effect for the given text or a string. Next, the SUB tag. It's used for defining subscripted data, etc. Now let us look at some HTML attributes. HTML attributes are the special words placed inside the opening tags and used to define the characteristics of HTML element. The HTML attribute contains two parts, attribute name and its value. The attribute pairs inside the attribute name, attribute value are separated using equal operator. The attribute value is closed inside the double quotes.
Now, let us look at some advantages and disadvantages of HTML. HTML is simple to understand and implement. Every browser supports HTML. HTML is completely free to use. HTML is the most search engine friendly. HTML is simple to edit. HTML is simple to integrate with other languages. The disadvantages of HTML is HTML is only a static language, restricted security, extensive code, limited to displaying content. Thank you.